Welcome guys. So we've cut out our pockets. So your pocket you can use 6 by 15. So we've already done the down line. So the next thing will just be to notch our front piece by 6.5 inches. So after notching by 6.5, we'll also be notching the upper part of the pocket by the same 6.5 inches. So both notches will be on the same point. So for the top, we'll be slanting by 2 inches, and I'll be taking a notch upwards too, so I can use the pressing iron to straighten out things. So I'll just slant it from that 6.5 to the 2 inches notch, and I'll make a slant and use the pressing iron to straighten things. Then I'll sew by half inch. So after pressing and sewing by half inch, you could see there's an excess inwards. So for the excess inwards, the first thing I'll do will be to trim both to be on the same measurement. So after trimming both to be on the same measurement, I'll open up the pocket that way. Then I'll fold the excess inwards. So you can fold inwards and sew on the edge, or you can trim, or you can whip rather. If you whip and you sew on the edge. So after sewing on the edge, we're done with that. So the next thing will just be to hold the pocket down. So you hold the pocket down by sewing both pieces, that's the front piece and the pocket, on the side and on the top. So you sew both on the top, then you also sew both on the side. So if you finish doing that, the pocket is firmly held. So the next thing will be to trim this pocket we just finished making now to the original measurement of the cutout we did initially, and I'll be using the second leg of the short to trim it off. When I was sewing that second leg, I actually used this leg I'm working on now to trim the second leg. So now I'm using the second leg to trim what I'm doing now. So after finishing your pocket, you have to trim back to the original measurement. So that's that. So after finishing both pockets, the next thing will be to start joining on the side. So you put the back piece on the front piece on the same line. So after putting the back piece on the front piece on the same line, you sew. If you like, you can give space for your zip. If you like, you can just close it off. Then when you're about to fix your zip, you open up back. So what I'll actually do is to sew both. So I'll sew the sides like that. So after sewing both, we are done sewing one side of the leg of the short. So what we'll be doing will be to check and see if everything is well arranged, then also in putting our darts, because we're supposed to put that from the beginning, and that is just folding your short into two and sewing 3 inches downwards for the front and 3.5 inches downwards for the back. And that was what we just did. So the dart is an half inch stitch. So you can see that for the other leg too. So you just make your 3 inches downwards for the front, 3.5 inches downwards for the back, and both are half inch. That's quarter on the side and quarter on the other side, and that's that. So after that, we'll be sewing the other part of the short like that. So you just sew the other part too. Then in doing that, after doing that, the next thing will be to start joining both legs. And to join both legs is just simple. What you just do is you open it up to the front so you can see. So you open the other leg too to the front. So after opening it to the front, you place both at the intersecting point. So you place both at the intersecting points where the front and the back piece meet. So you place both on that point. So from that point, you can sew upwards, sew downwards. Anywhere you start from, you'll be getting the same result. So after sewing underneath like that, we've succeeded in joining one leg to the other leg. We've also succeeded in opening our space for our zip fixing. So in fixing the zip, after fixing the zip, we'll fold the down line like that. So in folding the down line, you just take your measurement minus your band measurement, then you fold the down line. You can see the way we fixed the zip. One part was tightly fixed and the other part was used to cover up. Then we so make a half stitch on top. So it's just like a zip with a flap. So one part was sewn closer to the teeth of the zip and the other part was used to cover up. So for the band, we've joined the one part to another part. When I mean one part to another part, we've joined the band and the inner covering of the band. So you fold it inwards like that. So after folding it inwards, you make a stitch from the beginning and you stop somewhere at the point of 1.5 inch. So after stopping at that point will be where you start fixing your short inside the band. Now for the band, the part of the band that we use as the inner, as the waistband is actually sewn in form of a belt. So you just join it to the band, to the black material like that, and that's that. So you start from the 1.5 inches point, and you join every part like that to the end. When you get to the end, you fold inwards like that also. So after folding inwards, you stitch, and that's that. So as you can see, we are done. Our overlapping band has two buttons to it. Then we have a zip. Thanks for watching.